How the Social Security Administration will cost Jane $233,000 over the course of her life with her Social Security benefits. This infuriates me. I cannot believe that we're still having to do this stuff after the 2017 OIG, Office of Inspector General report spanked Social Security by their ineptitude when it came to widows and widowers benefits. This is freaking insane, man. And I'm dealing with the lady as we speak. Just talked to her yesterday, and we're running the plan for her. And she has a liquid net worth of under $500,000, so I only charge her $950. But I think we're gonna be able to get her back a significant more than what she paid me. That's for sure. Now I don't guarantee that. I'd never do anything like that. And we don't know if this is the most beneficial way to go because we haven't got the exact numbers yet. But we're going to use some specific. We're going to use some specifics, and we're going to just do some basic stuff here to show you why you need to be on this like white on rice. Because if you're relying on Social Security, you're just making a horrific mistake. It's like relying on the IRS or tax guidance. They say, just go ahead. We don't know. And if you get audited, you're like, man, I talked to the IRS. Yeah, it's on you. All right. So the premise here is we have a beautiful, nice lady, a 64-year-old, Jane is not her real name. She had a second career, 20 years as a nurse, and just got pounded. I mean, nurses have a tough job. Tough job. And she goes, I just don't want to do it anymore. She has an RV, a house that's about ready to be paid off. She's going to cash in a life insurance policy to pay off her home, which is great. She's single. So we started talking, and she has about $135,000 in overall liquid net worth, not including her home, but her total net worth is less than $400,000 for the home, but her liquid net worth is $135,000. So she's 64. We don't have a lot of wiggle room here. I mean, we can't make a huge mistake, my friends. Now, she has the benefit of, because she's a good laborer, she has a pension from the hospital, about $1,500 a month, which is fantastic, and it has a cost of living adjustment, and that's a lot of that's so this will not be most likely a life or death scenario when it comes to Jane in terms of her ability not to have to eat cat food when she's older. So she's I say lucky. I mean, she created her own luck, but thankfully we have that going for her for sure. But it still can be problematic, that's for sure. So she said, she just hung up her boots. Literally last 2 months ago, just hung up her boots. And she goes, I just want to enjoy. She has an RV, and she likes traveling, has some friends she likes hanging out with, has a pool. She wants to enjoy her because she lives in the more tropical climate, if you will, and just wants to enjoy it. I said, more power to you. So we get to talking. I'm looking at her stuff. I said, okay, you got a pension, basically no debt. We're going to be okay. And I'm thinking, because I've done this a million times with Sunday. I said, all right, you're going to be okay. I didn't say that to her. I'm thinking that out loud and we're in my head, but I want to dive into this. So he said, okay. Turns out she has a couple kids. I said, oh, sweet. And her kids are at graduate school, becoming attorneys and doctors or nurse practitioner. I said, wow, that's pretty hardcore, Jane. So obviously it comes from good genes, a good mental skill set there too. So that's good stuff. That always means that there's longevity most likely in your lifespan. Doesn't smoke. I can't remember if she drinks now, but she doesn't, jump out of airplanes without a parachute. So she's gonna be around for quite some time. So she had a couple kids. Said, oh, what happened? But she's doing a plan as a single person. I said, oh, what's your husband? Oh, I was divorced. I said, okay, gotcha. Divorce. Okay, so so my first thinking is that divorce. I wonder if there's a spousal benefit opportunity here. Now, this is tough, spousal benefits for a divorcee, because you don't have a lot more. A lot of divorcees don't have the same wiggle room as widows do. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just see what's going on. I said, oh, okay. When were you divorced? 1993. Oh, okay. How long were you married? Oh, 14 years. Oh, interesting. So now I'm thinking, I said, what's he doing now? Oh, he's dead. Oh, interesting. Now, look, I'm not rooting for he's got to be dead, but this is good. This is a gold mine for a financial planner. Because I'm sitting there thinking, oh, okay. So married for over 10 years. Ex-spouse is dead. I said, Jane, you're not married. We're not married, right? Nope. Okay. Not getting married anytime soon? Nope. Okay, good. So I said, hey, what? And she just told me, I said, what made you think about filing for Social Security? And she goes, yeah, just kind of by default. So she just filed. Now she's only 64 years old. So she's inherently taking a reduced benefit. I'm like, interesting. And I said, what'd you do? She goes, I just went online. I said, did Did they ask anything about your ex-spouse? No, they just said, were you married? Yeah, and they put some information there, and they said, okay, and just moved on through the queue. It's like, that's it. There's no big red button or a big alert or big somebody that showed up. Mark Zuckerberg says, I'm looking at you, Jane. I know you were married. Stop. Nothing. No. So this is freaking crazy. Anyway, so let's dive into this. I'm going to show you the numbers I came up with about how Jane is. I can't believe this. I mean, 2017, they got hammered on not taking care of widows and widowers, basically costing widows and widowers $120 million in survivor benefits because their ineptitude of how the system works. And now, look, Jane just did it all online. There's no one that she's talking to, but why would there not be some kind of mechanism that says don't go further until you know for sure what your widow's benefit or survivor benefit would be? This is nuts. I just don't rely on the government for this. You can't, man. You gotta take this on your own. So let's go with the numbers. So we're going to start with Jane right now. She's just turned 64. And again, she's in good spirits, good shape. She's going to be around for a long time. Healthy as a freaking ox, and she's kicking butt and taking names. So her benefit today is 1932. All right. If she takes it early, her benefit is 1932. And I just extrapolated that. She didn't know for sure. She's going to get this specific information back to me. But I just extrapolated that at her FRA, which is 66. That her PIA would be 2,200. You're with me so far? So basically, if she's taking it now in 1932, my inclination is that her PIA is 2,200. So if she takes her benefit now in 1932, she'll get a month. That's 23,184 a year is what she'll get. All right, so if you screw all the way down, I'm just going to have her live until she's 86. I just picked that out of a hat. It could have been 87 because she is 64 today, which would probably be more closer to her life expectancy. But between 86 and 87 is her life expectancy. So we're just going to say she's going to be around for another 22 years. And she'll make $717,000 in total Social Security between now and when she goes to her greater reward. Again, she has 2 kids, just FYI. No grandkids at this point, none. But at some point, who knows? All right, but anyway, so that's what we're saying. So that's the default, and she already filed for the benefit, hasn't received the check yet. So when I was talking to her about her ex, apparently he wasn't ne'er-do-well. At least she didn't say that, but she said he definitely didn't like to work. So I'm thinking his benefit is probably not that much. It sounds like he didn't work that hard or that much. I'm going to assume a PIA for him of $1,500 a month, and that's roughly $30,000 a year on average. So his total average index yearly earnings probably $30,000 roughly. And I don't know. Jane doesn't know, but she's going to find out. That's her homework assignment, was to find out what his benefit is, or at least what her survivor benefit is. So I'm assuming it's $1,500 a month. I don't know. But let's just assume it's $1,500 a month, which is less than what Jane is getting now. Okay, so Jane would get $1,932 a month. But she's only going to get $1,500 a month if she took the survivor benefit. So the default for the Social Security Administration apparently still is to take the freaking higher amount, which is significantly higher. That's $5,000 higher than what it would have been if she take the survivor amount, which is the wrong answer. So what would happen is if she defaulted to taking the survivor amount with the cost of living adjustment of 2.6, she would get $136,000 in total benefits between now and when she's 70. All right. However, she would have made $175,000 if she take her own benefit off her own record, even though it's reduced because it's still significantly higher than what he was making. So if she were to take her own benefit, she'd make about $40,000 more, roughly 175 minus 136, than what if she were to take her survivor benefit. But that's not the total story, because her PIA is $2,200, which means it's $26,400 a year. Now that $2,200, $6,400 a year is also growing with 2.6 cost of living adjustments. All right. Until when she's at the end of 69, she'll have $30,000. So her $26,400 would grow to $30,000 by the time she's 69. But after 70, it's $40,000. Why do we have that significant jump from $30,000 to $40,000? Because she gets the 8% delayed earnings credits boost. Now, the 8% is not it's not compounding. It's just a 32% increase on this amount right here. All right, now that amount right there, adjusted for inflation, as you can see in the spreadsheet here, we got this amount here. That was what she had last year at the end of 69. We adjust that for a 2.6% inflation, and we times that by the 1.32, which is 32% delayed earnings credits that she gets, a 32% boost. So now her benefit went from 30,000 essentially to 40,000. Does that make sense? So now, watch this. So now she sacrifices, she no longer has her survivor benefit. So that $40,000 that she was getting, that she had received less of because she took her survivor benefit relative to taking her own benefit, but because she allowed her own benefit to accumulate with delayed credits, now it's paying significantly more each and every year than what her own benefit would have been. Does that make sense? So now in the year, so at the end of 70, she's going to start taking her own benefit. 41, no, look, this is not going to be to the dollar. Pretty doggone close, but it could be off by a couple $100. At this stage, it doesn't matter. The numbers are so huge, it's silly to even debate the benefit here. But just be advised, Josh, you're off by a penny. I don't care. So in this year, at the end of 71 years old, she'll make $41,707 on her own benefit that she has with survivor benefits, with own benefit with the delayed earnings credits off her PIA. Her own benefit, as of what she defaulted, would have been $27,000. So you can see it's a $13,960 difference at 71 from her taking her own benefit with the delayed credits relative to taking her own benefit reduced with no delayed credits. Remember, she was $40,000 more in this when she took her own benefit and then as opposed to taking the survivor benefit. So it's only going to take 3 years, essentially, maybe 3.5 years before she's back to being in the black relative to taking her own benefit. So she'll make $13,000, $14,000, $14. Yeah, so there it is right there. So at the end of 74, she's now in the black when it comes to taking her survivor benefit with her delayed earnings credits relative to the $40,000 that she was reduced in the initial stage of the Social Security planning system. I hope that makes sense. But again, we have her live until 86. So now she took the survivor benefit. She made $136,000 total in survivor benefit. Then she transferred over to her own benefit based on her own record with the delayed earnings credits, and she's going to make a total of $814,000. So $814,000 off her own record plus a $136,000 in survivor benefits she was going to make $950,000 total in Social Security amounts. Whereas just following the model that she defaulted to would have been $717,000 total, a difference of $233,427. Yes, for someone who only has $135,000 of liquid net worth, yeah, she has a house paid off. That's great. That's freaking awesome, and she has a pension too. But that's huge amounts of money, huge amounts of money. And so the idea would be, and thankfully, Jane doesn't need a lot to live on. This is the issue, man. A lot of widows and survivors and single folks that I've talked to, they don't spend a lot of money. They just don't. Just salt the earth people. They're not spending a lot. So in this case, how does she make up the extra $5,000 that she might have needed from Social Security that she's not getting in the initial 7 years? Takes it from her 403B. Takes it from her 403B. So now she have a pension. I think her pension was $18,000 a year, $5,000 from 403B, and then the $18,000 from her survivor benefit. So we can quickly figure out what her taxable income would be. I don't want to do it here in this video, but we'll say I'm not going to figure out the whole thing. But if she has $18,000 as a pension, I got to put this down here. It's easier for me to type when I put this down here with my old Splinty. We get $18,000 as a pension. All right. We get $5,000 IRA distribution or 403B distribution, and we got a half of that Social Security benefit, so that's going to be $9,000 Social Security benefit. So we're going to equal sum these guys, and so her total provisional income is $32,000. All right, so now we know of the first $25,000 is not subject to tax. The next So we got minus 25,000. Bear with me just a second while I'm just figuring this out. Equals sum. You can see I love the sum thing. I love it. The sum thing is the best thing since sliced bread. That. So she has $7,000 that'll be tapped. Second bend point essentially. We got $27,000 times 0.5. So well, I'm just going to do this now. So we're going to take this guy, divide by 2. So 3,500 of her Social Security benefit will be subject to tax. We're going to add, and then we're going to add these two guys here. Her pension, 18,500. Oh, so let's do this. Equals this plus this. All right, 23,000. So now we're going to equal these guys equals this plus that. Is 26,500 is her AGI. What's the thing on 12? Is it 13,600 still? I think. So now we're going to do is equal sum. Oops. And we're going to that minus that. So she should have 12,900 of taxable income. 12,900 of taxable income. And if we look at our trusty tax charts here, which I have right here, for a single tax filer, and she's in a tax-free state, you could probably predict where that is. She will be taxable income right in the 12% tax bracket, but only the first $9,700 is taxed at 10%. So we got $9,700 of tax at 10. So what we're going to do is 12,900 minus $9,700. 3,200 is taxed at 12. So we got 384 plus $970. You'll have $1,354 in total taxes. 1,354 total taxes. 354. Oops. We're going to do this. 1,354. Total tax. Total tax. That's not so bad on $18,000, $36,000, $41,000 of income. That's not so bad at all. And the funny thing is, let's just say we go forward. Now we got $41,000 of Social Security. She'll still have her pension. Her pension is still growing with the cost of living adjustment. But then let's just say we have nothing for IRA distributions. Man, she's going to be she'll hardly have any taxes. This is a drawback about pensions, by the way. Just FYI. If you have a pension, it's awful tough to do. Where you're not, it's going to be tough for you to have no taxables due. It's always fun for me as a financial planner to basically say, we can get you never paying tax again. But if you have the pension, it's going to be tough because you're always going to have a bottom line that's probably going to be above your standard deduction. So just factoring in your pension, which eliminates your standard deduction, and then half your Social Security benefit. Yeah, we're going to pay not much, but you'll never be in a zero tax thing. It's a good thing to have, but it's just, for me, it's always fun to say, look, we can make no taxes, which is pretty cool. But anyway, so I hope this helps. We got to be aware of survivor benefits. Spousal benefits, not quite as much anymore because of 2015, but the survivor benefits is still on the table for things you can do to make more income from Social Security. And if you're sitting there like Ms. Jane with $135,000 of liquid net worth, you need every penny you can get. Absolutely. And again, we haven't run the numbers yet because I don't know exactly what her ex's income or PIA is. But when we do, I can almost assure you it'll be very beneficial to her to take to her survivor benefit. All right. Don't forget to comment, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to smash. Thanks now.